Hey everyone, it's Ashlena. Welcome back to my channel. I just had the best time chatting with Lastelle, so I am really excited to share this interview with you guys. They are just so kind and so nice to do this on my channel. So if you are a fan of Lastelle, please make sure you check out their new EP, Exist Volume 1. We chat about that a little bit here. I am so excited to share this interview with Lastelle, so enjoy. Hello, hello.
Hello, mate. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
Good.
I think I might be early, but I know Freddie's coming eventually.
I like people who are early. That's my type of vibe.
That's good. Excellent. How are you? All right.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, anytime. I'm excited to talk to you guys.
Hell yeah. It's weird seeing you in like real
Real
time
life?
and not on a YouTube video. Yeah,
Ditto. I'm used to just seeing you on drums, so
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
must be nice to have a little break.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I bet it's exhausting. I would not know. I'm not a drummer. I could never.
No, that's all right. The drumming's quite easy to be fair.
It's a singing while drumming, I bet.
Yeah, it's the extra cardio of having to sing and also drum,
Oh
but
my
we
God.
get used to it. No, it's good
Ah,
fun.
good. I'm glad. And we're waiting for Freddie, right?
Yes, yeah,
Awesome.
Fred's a little bit of a slow boy, but he'll be here
That's okay.
eventually.
I don't mind. We can chat
Excellent.
until he gets here. I don't mind at all.
Sweet. Wicked.
Yeah.
How's your day going? How are you?
You know what? I should be working my actual job right now, but
Oh, really? Oh, sorry.
no, this is totally I took like an hour off. My boss is totally understandable that I do like a
Okay,
little
good.
side gig, so it's
Excellent.
totally fine.
That's some big
But this is way more fun.
big boy stuff. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Wow. Cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good job. I like to negotiate. Apparently, I'm a really good negotiator, so
Yeah,
I
that's
make the
good.
company
I'm
lots
not.
of money. No, I can
I
teach
I
you.
I just roll over, and go, yeah, whatever you
Oh,
want, whatever.
I'm the thing with me is that I can be I'm a very nice, chill person, but I'm also really
Okay.
honest. I'm very blunt.
Yeah.
And then, I usually just say, well, what do you want? This is what we need. And we kind of just
Nice.
meet in the middle and it usually works out. But when it doesn't, like my negotiating styles change drastically. And I'm like, listen, I'm not giving you fucking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
Brilliant.
like, I'm not doing it.
No, perfect. That's how you got to be, I think.
Yeah, you kind of have to in this business too, because
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
costs so
absolutely.
much money.
Yeah. Well, you get the job done. That's good.
Yeah. What did you do before being in a band? I know you were doing like photography and stuff for this band or the old
That
band.
that's not me. That's the other boys.
Oh,
I
got it. Okay. So you were always
I'm
in the
very
band.
much. Yeah. I've been in this band for the whole time, and then we were a band
Amazing.
before this, so I joined that band quite late. They lost their
Hmm.
drummer, so I stepped in.
There's
But
Freddie.
he's here, lovely. Uh, I just doss about really, retail.
That's all right.
Mm.
We've all done it. We've
Yeah,
all done
absolutely.
it. I think
Yeah,
you have to do it just to like really realize what kind of work it takes to deal with customers. It's
I was
not,
gonna say you got to do it to realize how much people suck, and
oh, they're
then
the
you can kind of get
worst.
on with it. Yeah.
Hi, Freddie.
Can anyone? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I
Hi,
can.
Frederick.
Hello, Frederick.
Hello. Can you see me all right?
I can see you.
Yeah,
You look
Hello.
fantastic.
I think I'm in. I think it's working.
I'm
you're a bit
glad.
Thanks.
dark,
I
mate.
just
Other
did
than
my
that, it's
hair,
fine.
so
Looks great. Better than mine.
Is it? Do you want me to turn my brightness up?
That's up
Something?
to you.
No, I
Might
can't
just be
actually
the
do that. I can
side.
just move the light.
I can
I
see
was
the
gonna say it might be the
curls.
side profile.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Well, fuck you. So
Sorry, sorry.
that's all right. Is it
We'll
Ashlena
carry
or
on.
Ashlena?
It's Ashlena.
Ashlena. Hi, Ashlena. Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Have you
Thank
had
you
a nice
guys.
day?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's only like 1 p.m. here, so I got a half a day left.
That's sick. You've got
I know.
so much left.
So much
The
day
world is
to,
your oyster.
right? But
Do
I
whatever you
unfortunately
want.
I was just telling Mike I actually have to go back to my regular job after this, but it's a nice break just to chat with you guys.
Yeah. What's your
No,
regular
it's
job?
fine.
I work at a entertainment company where we sell content like TV shows and things like that to like Netflix and Amazon.
Ooh.
Silly Canadian things,
Yeah,
I
that sounds
love
nice.
Canada.
It's fun. Have you
I
guys
love
been?
Canada.
No,
So
it's a
what?
bucket list
Yes,
for me at the minute.
I love Canada, but I've never been.
I love Canada, and I have been. I'm not some
Okay.
sort of jumping on the bandwagon guy like Mike. So,
Hey,
Hey, you're
Hey.
welcome here anytime, obviously, especially the
Whereabouts
whole
are you
band.
based?
I'm
Are
in
you in
Toronto.
Toronto?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And you guys are in Oxfordshire. I don't know how to pronounce that. Oxfordshire.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oxfordshire, yeah.
it's a
Oxfordshire.
sheer.
That's it.
It's a sheer,
Oxfordshire.
not. Yeah,
I
that's
don't
an
have the
English.
accent. I'm really
That's
bad
okay.
at it.
That's okay.
Okay, well, I want to like just start from the top because I I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just told Mike I'm a very honest, blunt person. I haven't found a band that I've loved so much in such a long time since you guys. It's actually quite ridiculous. Like I'm actually scared to see my Spotify Wrapped because I've been
Oh
listening
no,
to you guys since maybe April, and I have a feeling that Breathe Me In is probably one of my most played songs.
Uh-oh.
that's good.
Amazing. Well, that's very kind. Thank you very
No,
much.
it's just ridiculous. Like the first time I heard you, it was like late at night. I saw like a 30-second clip on TikTok and I was like, what is this? And then I fully just ran to my computer and I was like, I'm just going to film a reaction because if this is one of those songs that I want to remember years later, how I reacted to it when I first heard it, I need to. And I was literally blown away. I was like, it's like Alexisonfire and Finch had a baby. And like it was like my couple of my favorite bands meshed into one. And I was just like, this isn't real life. And I've been listening
Amazing.
to all of your stuff since, and you guys do not have a bad song. Like it's actually insane that you do not have a bad song.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's very
That's
nice.
that's
Thanks.
really kind. Thank you. It's been a really interesting sort of 6 months because since we released Breathe Me In, we've noticed we just connected with so many new fans and new
Nice.
people, and the feedback has just been so wonderful. Um, so it's really nice. We have these things like Instagram and TikTok and things like that that can allow us to reach people all over the world. And
Yeah,
you didn't have that, 20, 30 years ago. I mean, things were different back then, but
definitely.
yeah, it's lovely to be able to I feel like we found our audience, and that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And your show, I just found out, sold out. Congrats. That's exciting.
Sold out
Thank you.
today.
That's
Yeah, thank you.
insane. I was just like,
Yeah,
oh, I
very
just
happy.
want to see you guys live. And then I was like, oh, this show's going to be so sick because it's like your first show. You're probably going to play all the new music. And then I saw it sold out and I was like, oh, I'm so happy for them, but I wish I could be
Yeah.
there.
Hey, if you can, we'll get you in.
I wish I could, but it costs a lot to fly over there.
Yeah,
But
yeah, a
you
little
will
bit far.
you'll save £14 on a ticket.
That's
So
how much it
you
costs.
I don't know, something like that. You're already in profit.
That's a
That's what I'm saying.
deal.
That is a deal.
Gotta up that once the EP drops. Just up the concert ticket price.
Nah, I'm not interested in
14
making any
pounds
money
is
off
pretty
this.
good. Nah, not at all. You just, want to play music. I get it.
Just do it for a laugh.
Right? Oh God.
Yeah, it's
So
gone really well though. Like the like show is it's sold out. We've got loads of plans and big stuff we're gonna do beforehand.
yeah,
We're doing like wings and cocktails and vegan alcohol-free cocktails and like vegan wings, and we're doing like a sneak peek at some of our unreleased material as well. So
amazing.
we're really hoping to try and create something a little bit different beforehand.
Yeah.
Which is going to be so much more stress than it needed to be, and we're already having to work really hard to put the set together. So give it like a week and a half, and I might be a bit less nervous about it. But right now, it's feels like a great idea that's going to be loads of work. So
Yeah. I think it's normal to be nervous though. I feel like this is kind of a
mhm,
big moment for your band. So nerves are good. It's okay. We're rooting for you
absolutely.
over here
That's
on the
good.
other
Now
side.
I'm shitting myself. Thanks.
Oh no. Don't okay, just
No,
breathe in, breathe
okay.
out before you go on stage. Don't worry,
Are
you'll
we
be
allowed to
fine.
swear on this, by the way?
100%.
Oh,
That's
good.
good.
I
That's good
swear
because
like a
Mike's already broken
trucker.
that. Okay,
That'd
Mike's
been
already
awkward.
broken that.
I've already broken it too, so it's
Oh,
fine.
good.
I think that's why a lot of people subscribe to me so quickly is the fact that I swear too much.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's fine. She's got a potty mouth. That's fine.
I do. It's actually quite bad, but it's real, right? I'm not gonna just hide my emotions from
That's
reacting
it.
to music. If I want to say like,
Yeah,
holy fucking shit, like that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I respect
Okay.
it.
Yeah. So I want to talk to you guys about the new EP, Exist Volume 1. I'm curious why it's called that, first and foremost. Why Volume 1? Is there a Volume
Uh,
2?
we can neither confirm nor deny if there's a
Uh,
volume two.
Understood.
Um, we've been saying all along that it's not a volume issue wise. It's a volume of how to listen to it.
Mm.
Stick it on volume one. Don't listen to it. Just get through it. get us the views, and then we can just move on. You know.
Interesting.
Mike
Okay.
keeps saying it, and I really like it because it's an awful joke. But it's like, yeah, it's not volume 1. It's
It's instruction.
instruction. Turn it all the way down to volume
Hmm.
1. No, don't do that.
That
Absolutely
would be,
don't.
I'm going to be playing this so loud. My neighbors, I live in a
Got ya.
building. They already hate me, but
Okay, so for you,
Oh, no.
this is a volume 10. You
this
know?
is a volume 10 for sure. Will
Got ya.
there be a vinyl? Because I know Delicate came out on vinyl, and I'm very sad it's sold out right now because I was legit going to buy it. But I'm
Oh,
curious.
sorry.
It's okay if it comes. If you guys tell me it comes back, I will be there buying it, no problem. But I'm just curious, will there be a vinyl?
You're talking to the two guys in the band that are most excited about vinyl. So Mike and I both collect records, and
Sweet.
I think we haven't got anything set in stone. We haven't got anything organized, anything in the works yet.
Yeah.
I think I'd be quite disappointed if we didn't do it as a physical release on vinyl, just because that's how I love to collect music, you know. So
Same.
yeah, so as of right now, there's no plans to do that.
Okay.
However, we're in a really fortunate position where we've DIY'd it. We've self-released this whole EP. So we can do whatever the hell we want with it. If we want
Wow.
to stick it on vinyl, we can. If we want to, you know, we're completely in control of it. So yeah, we've got all the freedom in the world, and it's just a case of the logistics, I guess. So
Getting
yeah,
the work done.
hopefully,
More work.
yeah, hopefully there'll be
Yeah.
one. We can't do it just yet, but
That's totally fine. I'll look forward to it. When you go on Google and you see like you search for something, so I search for like lastelleband.com, whatever, and it says like there's like a little tag that says your most like searched website, and I'm like, oh God, it's gonna look like I'm like obsessed and harassing these guys, but I'm just looking for vinyls.
Oh,
Like
you're
that's
just
that's all I'm
desperate.
doing.
Yeah.
I was just desperate. I'm like every day is like, is Delicate back? Is Delicate back? No, it's not back yet, but that's okay. That's a
It's a
great album,
shame.
by the way.
I think thank you. It only sold out. I think maybe a month or two ago.
I
I
missed
don't think
out.
it's been. Yeah, I don't think it's been sold out for too long. So I think you just missed it. But
I just listened
yeah.
to it for the first time a couple weeks ago,
cool.
and I wanted to like, sit with it. And I was just like blown away, especially like Reverie. I like died because I was like, oh, wouldn't this be? Because I obviously listened to the album in order. I was listening to Reverie and I was
Well
like,
done.
oh, this song would be great with lyrics. Like, why is this instrumental? And then it kind of bled into the next song. I was like, they're fucking geniuses. It's such a good song. Such
Awesome.
a
No,
great
thank you.
melody.
Yeah. So with Reverie, it was the full song. A Letter Unread was the song that comes after it,
Yes.
and it's so that song was finished and was well, at least mostly finished and stuff. And then we wanted this sort of post rock, quite like heavily inspired by Sigur Rós, if you know them.
Yeah.
Quite heavily inspired by them was the track before it, Reverie, and John Joe and I just had this idea of having the brass line that just plays the same melody, just as a subtle kind of hint towards it.
Yeah.
And it came out really, really, really well. I mean, it's still in the live set. We've been playing that one for ages.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really fun to just crack out the brass instrument and have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, why not? I'm just curious because you guys have such an instrumental sound too. Like, would you ever consider putting out your albums as instrumentals? I know that's like a trend right now for a lot of bands.
Mike?
Oh, is that me question? Sorry. I guess I don't know. I don't think we ever really thought about it. We've got plans to like release like stems of eventually, so people can kind of like hear it raw and like take it apart if they want to or stuff like that. But I don't think we've got any plans on re-releasing it as an instrumental. But I don't think that's off the cards. I think that would work really well for our band because
I
we
think it would too
kind of
because you kind of don't like vocally. Like I'm a vocalist, so when I hear a band for the first time, I'm suckered in on vocals, and then I kind of
yeah.
listen to everything else. And then it
Mhm.
takes a while for me to actually hear the rest of the band. That's just how my brain works musically.
Sure.
And I'm
Yeah,
just like,
same.
oh, I wish I could just hear this instrumentally because you guys have so much shit in it that it's just so
Mm.
beautiful and it's so melodic and it's so pretty. And I don't know if you take pretty as a bad thing, but I think it's just like your music is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. And I feel like when you hear the vocals on top of it, you miss out on a couple things that you're not
Mhm.
really listening for. So maybe in the future, do that.
Yeah,
That's a
maybe in the
great
future.
idea.
I think it would have to be mixed a little bit differently. So
Sure.
guitars might come up and other things might
Yeah.
kind of obviously there's no vocals there, but let's not rule it out. I mean, we've never really thought about that or discussed it. So I can't give you any answer.
That's
Sorry.
okay. I'm just giving you guys ideas. That's what I'm here for. I'm just
Yes, well,
basically
that's
telling
it.
you what I want as
okay.
a fan.
Cool. Yeah. No. That's good to know.
Yeah. Just so like back to the EP, like I know it comes out in 2 days, which is super exciting. Already pre-saved. Sharing as
Thank
much
you.
as I can, of course. I've had a couple people comment on my reactions to you guys that they just found you through me and they're like totally obsessed and they get the whole vibe you guys are going for. And I think it's super exciting that I feel like this is going to be the moment for you guys. I don't know. I just feel like you're very underrated. I feel like people don't really know about you, especially where I'm from. Like nobody has heard of you that I know of.
Mhm.
And I feel like if I can help push you in any way, that's my plan because I love sharing music with people worldwide. And I think, music is really the one thing that connects everybody. But I'm just curious with this EP, what's the plan after this big show? Like, what's the next step?
Um. Yeah. Tough. It's tough to know. I mean, we have some music where we're as a band you're always writing, so you're always when you're releasing something you've already been writing other stuff, and everything is always kind of looking towards the future.
Yeah,
And I think it's really good to be doing that and always be looking forward, but especially with this EP release and with this show, I'm personally at least really finding it quite enjoyable to just sit in this sort of moment and enjoy
good.
where this is. um, because we don't really know where we're going to be going in the next sort of 6 months to a year.
Sure.
We know what kind of music we want to write. We know what kind of music we want to release. We know how. I think we've got a much better picture now of what Lastelle sounds like, for
Mhm.
better or worse. I mean, if people don't like it, that's cool. If people like it, that's cool. But we're really happy with how the band is feeling and sounding for us. So it's just nice to be in this moment and enjoying that. But as for the future, I think we're just gonna ride the yeah, ride the wave and see what
Ride the
happens.
wave. No, I agree. Like take the break. You deserve it after this show if it's causing you that much anxiety and
Oh no,
stress.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, the show isn't necessarily that much anxiety inducing. I just know,
Good.
like, especially the other guys as well. Like, they've been working super hard. So we do all of our videos, all of our social media. We're DIY. Like,
Yeah.
everything is done in house. We have a manager who works really, really hard. We have like a small team around us that works really hard. And to not discredit them,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of stuff that we do ourselves. So all of the music videos, I assume by the time this comes out, we might have another one or two out. So
I saw your little announcement where it's like something's coming out and I was like, "Oh, 3 p.m. I can wait. I can wait." But just so you know, this video won't go live until probably tomorrow. So if you want to tell me what's going on, you can, because at least it will be out already.
yeah, cool. I mean, depends what time tomorrow, but we'll say it anyway. We've got a new music video coming out tomorrow night. Is that right, Mike? I don't
I
do
think
social
so.
media.
I can't. I'm moving the light. Sorry, it's weird. I think it's out tomorrow. Um, yeah, we'll say yes.
Which
I think it's
doesn't
out
which doesn't
tomorrow.
help people who are listening tomorrow. So the
It's out
what day?
today.
Hang
That's
on.
today. To
Okay,
be
it's
fair,
the
this video
10th.
can go live whenever you guys want it to. Like, let's be real.
We have a music video that is coming out on the 11th
There you
of
go.
September. There we go.
There
There
That's
you
you
go.
go.
That's
now
better.
that's removed all confusion. So at 7 o'clock, British time, it's coming out, and it looks awesome. We're really happy with it. But all of our video production is done in house. So Rich and Adam have
Wow.
been working tirelessly to get all of that done. They do all the socials content themselves. So it's yeah, it's a really rewarding process, but it's definitely, it's a big commitment releasing a bunch of stuff like this. So it's really great that it's resonating with people. And also maybe, I think we're just gonna sit in this moment and enjoy it for a bit, I think.
Good. You should. You deserve
Thank
it.
you.
I'm really excited for this EP. I think it's going to be great because, again, like I've said, I haven't heard a bad song from you guys, so I don't expect it to get worse. I expect it to get better. So I'm
That's
stoked.
too much pressure. And now I'm
Yeah,
nervous.
yeah.
I'm just one
No, I'm joking,
fan,
I'm joking.
I'm just one fan. You'll
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
fine.
yeah.
You'll be fine. I want to talk about your music as a whole. I feel like you guys have like this balance of like very soft and then very like melodic elements, and then it just goes so heavy at certain times, and then it kind of switches back and forth. Like, how do you figure that out? Like, what? I don't know how to put it, but it's just like, how do you guys write a song? Like, if you pick one song that you have, like, how was it written?
Uh, Good question. I mean, do you want to pick one and then
Yeah,
Mike can maybe go through it, or I
I would
can,
love
depending
to
who's
know
this?
more about Breathe Me In. I want to know like why it was decided to have like those little breathy vocals at the beginning, and then it hits like instrumental, and then the verse happens, and then the screaming happens. Like I'm just so curious how that song was, how it came together. Like were you all in a room just jamming out? And
So largely, a Lastelle song starts as an instrumental. So our guitarist John Joe does a lot of the instrumental writing.
cool.
He'll put things together, and then he'll fire it across to the rest of us and be like, "Here's an idea," whether that's like just 30 seconds or a fully fleshed out concept or whatever.
Wow.
Um, and then we'll, unfortunately for John Joe, but fortunately for the song, we then kind of pull it to pieces and say like, "Oh, how could I think this is where the chorus could be," or I've got this melody for it, and then, or maybe it should have a longer verse or a shorter verse, that sort of thing. And to be fair to John Joe, like he is great at taking criticism.
That's
I'll
good.
say that for
Yeah.
sure. But he's also he's really like he's a really special songwriter. So he is excellent at what he does. And he takes the ideas that we have and our tireless, annoying, throwing our toys out the pram, screaming into the void, and he turns it into actual music, which is lovely. So he does a great job with that. And then the rest of us all kind of weigh in on, like I said, all the instrumentals, and often the vocals, whether it's lyrics or melody, will feed back into the instrumental as well. So if it feels like it should be a different chord, or it should feel different underneath it, then that changes. I think I wrote a bit of this one, or at least like the parts that I wrote of it. I really liked Adam's singing on the last EP. And I wrote this song for, at least for my parts, like the bits that I wrote it to try and demonstrate the variety in what Adam can do as a singer. And I really wanted this sort of delicate opening verse of just Adam singing with some nice harmonies, and then him going into his sort of screamy vocals as well. And yeah, that was kind of my input with the vocals, is I wanted to be able to demonstrate different things I think this band can do, and have it not feeling like there's just one vocalist, to be like, hey, we're a band with 3 vocalists and this is what it sounds like.
It's pretty crazy that you guys have 3 singers in your band.
It's a bit relentless, to be completely
but
honest.
No, I think it's fantastic. It's like you're a boy band who does metal.
Got
so much fun. Like the harmonies are amazing. Like I'm stunned by the vocals, like the most from like these songs. I wanted to ask Mike, because obviously we were chatting before Freddie joined, about you drumming and singing at the same time. I know there are a lot of bands that do that, but then they tend to limit themselves later on in different albums because it gets a little tiring doing every single song. I'm curious, when you're on stage, when's the point where you're like, fuck, I'm so tired?
Song 1.
Is it really?
End of song 1.
No way.
No, I don't really know. It depends on the show. So like adrenaline really carries me through. But it's about halfway through I'm like, oh shit, I need a little break here.
Wow.
And then luckily, because we're such a, like you said, like we've got like the interludes that'll give me about 30 seconds to a minute of breaks. Yeah. And it's great. And like we play Life in Silhouettes kind of like later in the set now, so Fred takes over and I can just kind of relax and not have to worry too much. But
yeah, I don't understand how you do it. It's one thing to sing and play guitar. Like I can do that. That's fine. And I know a lot of people find that difficult because, learning guitar and then singing and then putting them together, it can have its moments. For me, it was just easy, but drumming, like I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know how anyone holds a beat on a drum set, but then you're singing on top of it. It blows my mind.
I think we're on the same page of like, I don't get it when a guitarist sings and plays guitar. Like,
okay, I just assume drummers just play everything. I don't know why. I'm just like, if you're so good at the drums, you must be good at like guitar or piano or whatever the case may be.
Me on a guitar is something that should never happen, but it happens too often at band practice. It's not good.
It's fun. At least you're having some fun.
Yeah, thanks.
So I'm curious, like, what kind of bands are you guys listening to right now that people may or may not have heard of? I feel like on my channel, the point of my channel is to really just share music with people and for them to do the same with me, because I felt like I was a little out of the loop for a couple of years where I just wasn't finding new bands. I didn't know where to look for new bands. And then I got this like influx of people just saying, listen to them, listen to this. So I'm curious if there are bands that you guys know, wherever they're based, would you recommend them to like my audience if they were kind of into your band or sound completely different?
Oh, I got a few. I don't know if
Go on.
Go for
Fred
it.
might have
Spit
Yeah,
any.
them
yeah.
out.
Let's. Do you want to just like? Should we just go for a couple each, Mike? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna straight away say the two bands that we've got on the headliner in London.
Nice.
Band called Sleep Outside from Wales, so a couple of hours away. Kind of like mathy rock pop songs. Great bunch of dudes. And then we've got our friends from literally just across the road, really. Aramea, who are like new metal-y revived, like you know, fun stuff.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, they're
I'll
cool.
definitely check them out because I know they're on the like on the tour with you, well,
Mm.
the show with you
I
guys.
would.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
definitely
they're
will
really
check
cool.
them out.
Mm.
yeah, both great bands. Yeah, it's nice to have the UK scene is very, very busy, which is great. It means that there's
Popping.
just popping. There's just
Yeah.
loads of great music. So, um, those guys are definitely worth checking out. There's a band called Love Rarely that I've been listening to quite a bit. Adam got me into
Gonna
them.
say them.
They're from Leeds. Um, it's kind of a little bit. It's kind of like La Disputy, maybe Touche Amore-esque in the guitar work, and some of the drums and the instrumental side of things is that sort of post-hardcore that is the post-hardcore that we don't necessarily do.
Hmm.
We love those kinds of bands, but ours is more like the atmospheric stuff, and theirs is more like the sort of mathy emo stuff. Um, Singer's amazing. She sounds like very, very familiar to me,
Hmm.
and yet I can't really put a finger on who she sounds like because I think she sounds like herself, and that's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've got a new single coming out soon, which
Nice.
I'm excited for. Um, those three bands, I think, are probably three great places to start. There's loads of bands that are from the UK that are doing amazing things, but I think those three deserve a special shout out.
Awesome.
I agree.
Appreciate it. All right. So obviously, I want to talk about Alexisonfire. I know you guys want to talk about
Yeah.
Alexisonfire. I'm just curious, and I came dressed, appropriately.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got the
They're
memo, you know.
they're literally, I have so much merch. It's actually quite disgusting, but they're from my city, right? So it's so easy to just go to every show, kind of
So
see them
cool.
all the time. Like I don't think
So
I've ever
jealous.
missed an Alexisonfire show in Toronto. Like it's just impossible. So I'm just curious
I've never
how.
seen an Alexisonfire shirt.
Oh man, well if you ever
So
come to Toronto
jealous.
and you want to come, by all means,
I would love
you can be my
that's the place
guest.
to be. That's the place to see Alexis, I think, is in Toronto.
It's
That's
absolutely madness. The crowd is madness. Like we sing every single word to them right back to their faces, and they are just going crazy on stage. It's like they don't even know we're there. They're just losing their shit. It's a fun time.
Amazing.
It's a fun time.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
sick.
But yeah, I'm just curious, how did you guys hear of them? Have you been fans for a long time? Do you also get that you guys sound like Alexis on Fire a little bit or no?
I don't think we get it a huge amount. We get it a little bit.
Yeah.
We get compared to a lot of different bands, and I always take that as a compliment because if someone says, "Hey, you sound like this," even if it's something that isn't for me,
Yeah.
I'm like, "You're saying that from a place of love and enjoyment." So that's okay. Um, However, when it's a band that I especially love, then that's even better, you know. So when we see the Alexis on Fire comment, that's cool because for me, um, I that's what I like to think. Like I approach vocal songwriting at least for
Mm,
our band. That's what I like to think I put into the band, even if it's only like 1% of what they're doing. You know, that's something I like to inject into what we do. As for like first hearing them, I heard Crisis like around the time it came out,
yeah.
and it just blew my mind that a band could sound like that. I didn't know like post-hardcore. I didn't know that bands could be doing something that was so beautiful and delicate and have so many different vocal structures and layers and ideas. And I listened to that album like a whole bunch,
Yeah.
and it kind of blew my mind. And I've just been a massive fan ever since.
Love it.
I
Mike, I'm
am so
curious.
late to the game.
That's okay. It's better to be in the
I
game than like, not in it.
Yeah. the two bands that like I really see us like focusing on like for me anyway is like Under Oath
Yep.
and Alexisonfire, and they're two bands that I didn't get into until probably when I joined this band, which is only like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm so out of touch with our actual music taste. It's ridiculous.
That's okay.
Obviously I heard like This Could Be Anywhere like all the time on TV. And I
Yeah.
like that song. I just never deep dived.
Yeah.
But then hearing that album, that album that's on in
Madness.
full changed my life. And then like Fred said, like I take a lot of inspiration of their like lyrical content and like writing style into this band, and they're just a flawless band. Name one bad song. You can't do it.
You can't. Honestly,
You can't do it.
I just feel like that's kind of the vibe I got from you guys. Like your lead singer, like the screamer, Adam, right?
Mhm.
He sounds like
Yeah.
George. Like it's
he does.
uncanny. I was just like, George, is that you? Like I was confused and I was like, well, obviously it's not him, but I'm like, damn, this could be like his younger brother. Like what's going on? And then when I heard you sing, Mike, I was like, is this like a Dallas Green? Like what's happening? Like you have the same kind of vibes. No, like I don't think you know how good your voice is, bro. I really don't. Like you literally have like such an angelic voice, but you can also like do that, like switch to like that screaming sense. It's absolutely phenomenal.
It's the baby sick in me. That's what it is.
Mike's got this weird thing that his voice does whenever we record it. And you cannot hear it through a microphone, but you can hear it in the room.
Oh.
And it's like with where the distortion comes from, and it is surreal.
Interesting.
and it's never been captured. It's like a UFO, right? As soon as you try and film it, it disappears and it all comes out grainy. It's like like Bigfoot, you know? Like we all know it's real, but we can't prove it.
UFOs are definitely real.
Sure. I mean, that's a whole other podcast, right? But there was a brief period, I think like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, where Adam, our frontman, had long hair and was wearing dungarees. And then Alexis came back and George had long hair, was wearing dungarees. And it was a really surreal moment where I was like, have they copied us? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you never know.
Because I've been copying them for years. So are they? No. And then I realized that no, it's just they're both trendy guys, and I think it's just like convergent evolution of them evolving into the similar looking guy. But yeah, that was surreal. That was a surreal moment.
Yeah,
their
but
ace though.
Even their movements on stage are quite similar too when they're doing their thing. I was just like watching you guys live. Like I've obviously went down the rabbit hole of a bunch of your stuff on YouTube, and I'm just like, they're the same person, and I'm here for it because I would give anything to have another band sound like Alexisonfire, and that's never happened. So when I heard you guys, I was like, Breathe Me In doesn't really give me that Alexisonfire vibe until the screaming kind of kicks in. You're just like, holy shit, it's happened for me. And it's been a minute since I've heard a band kind of just even have similar style as them. So I'm very excited for your new music.
Thank you. Yeah, they
Thanks. I hope you like it.
Yeah, it's really cool to have that comparison. I think one thing that I love about Alexis is that, and I hope that, you know, we can even, like I said, even channel like 1% of that, is that they're not really afraid to just sound how they want to sound. And I think that's really excellent in a world of like bands that sound kind of similar. There's plenty of bands that don't sound similar, so I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone in particular here, but it's, you know, they're not a metal band. They're also not really a rock band.
No.
They sound like themselves, and I think that's a really, really nice thing to do. And those are the kind of bands that I love when you're like, oh, who do they sound like? Well, they sound like themselves.
Yeah.
And they can be compared to other things, but they have this unique element. And that's what I've always loved about that band, is that they're impossible to try and put inside a box, because
for sure
you have these really, really like beautiful moments, like Rough Hands on Crisis.
Oh, so good.
I'm like, how do you write a song like that? And how it's just a really brave decision to like come out and write that and just shove that on the album. And they do loads of stuff like that. They came back, and a lot of their latest album, which I think is excellent, is quite like rocky and like dad rocky in a way, but like really groovy. And I'm like, that is a really, again, a brave move but they just write whatever they want to write, and whatever they write will sound like Alexisonfire.
Yeah.
And I think any band that can do that is a band that I am going to be able to resonate with, because I'm
For
going to
sure.
be, it's a unique thing.
Yeah, they're quite incredible in the sense where they just don't give a shit. They're just like, if you don't like
Yeah.
this song, we don't care.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Canadian fans, like I just went to see Blink-182 and Alexisonfire opened, which
Yeah.
blew my mind.
What?
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah,
nuts?
yeah. I saw that. I saw that online. Was it
The-
Alexis? And then I can't remember who the main support band was, and then Blink.
It
But I was
was
like, what
Pierce
a
the Veil.
Pierce the Veil. I was like, what a
Yeah.
crazy lineup.
And
What a
Hot Milk was there too. And I've never heard of Hot Milk. They're from the UK.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Pierce the Veil. Then it was Alexisonfire and then Blink. And I already saw Blink-182. Like, I see them every time they come here, but I saw them last year. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to go again. But then I found out Alexisonfire was opening and I was like, there's no way I'm missing them on their first stadium show. Like, I can't. It's impossible. And
It's surreal.
It's such
Yeah.
a weird lineup.
it was
And it's surreal that
46,000 people were there.
yeah, it's crazy that at this point in their careers they're doing those kinds of shows for the
Yeah.
first time. I'm like, that's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
and I've always felt like, you know, a lot of bands have like a peak, and then, you know, you can tell they're on the down.
Sure.
But they're still enjoying it and whatever. I think they still give 100% to their shows.
Yep.
And I think they're still very much on the up. And I also think that's one of the reasons they've broken up so many times, because I think they probably have got to this point multiple times in their career where they've gone, okay, we're not enjoying this anymore. For whatever reason, they're just not feeling it. And I think that is like, that's another thing they do, which it is kind of annoying, but
yes,
to
it
just
is.
go, okay, I think we're done with this for a while, you know, and take that break rather than just flogging a dead horse, which, you know, a lot of people can do. And you see it a lot of people just touring and just resting on the, you know, the 2 hits they wrote 20 years ago. And I don't feel like they've ever done that.
Yeah, they did their farewell tour here. This is where my poster comes from. I did the whole meet and greet thing, even though I randomly see them in Toronto all the time. But I was like, it's the last time I'm going to see you live. I want the experience. And then they came back and I was like, honestly, why do I go to farewell tours? Like, we all know this is not the last time we're going to see them. But yeah, the Blink show was ridiculous because I was there for Alexisonfire. Like, I'm their biggest fan. So I was stoked, but I just couldn't believe the amount of people singing their songs to them in this humongous stadium. I was like, oh my God, like, they're kind of, it was like their coming back moment in a sense. So
Yeah,
I honestly look forward to seeing what they do next.
Yeah, same.
Me too,
Next album, hopefully whenever it is, it might be a while, but it'll be different, but it'll sound like them and it'll be amazing.
Exactly. Or it will sound, you know, something different and I'll probably still like it because it's just, how can you not listen to Dallas and Wade sing and George scream at you? It's joyful.
Unreal.
Oh man.
Unreal band.
Yeah, but they do tour the UK, so you guys really need to take advantage of that the next time they come.
I've missed them every single time. I don't know how.
Probably it's just they don't really announce things. They're just like, yeah, we're going here.
Oh no, I mean, to be fair, they do announce things. I think Mike is just being
out of the loop.
It's just not
He's
being
just out
very,
of the loop.
Very focused with it. I've seen him a whole bunch of times.
I will message you, Mike, and let you know when they're coming to your town.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I'll keep you in the loop.
Thanks.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. I'm just, again, like, I just became a fan overnight, literally. And my husband's annoyed at me for listening to you so much because he's just over it. He's like, hey, that's enough. We've heard Breathe Me In 10,000 times. I know all the words.
Really
sorry,
funny.
sir.
Don't be sorry. He's used to my obsession of music. But no, I'm just really thankful for you guys because I just miss these moments where I find a band that I'm just like, into, and it's just musically it's phenomenal, and I'm just so excited for you, and I really do hope this just blows the fuck up for you. No stress.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure.
Thank you.
No stress.
We'll see where it goes. Like I said, I think we're just gonna sit in this moment and enjoy the journey and see.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been doing this a while, you know, like a lot of people are discovering us for the first time, but we've been at this band for like 5 years. So and maybe more. So it's it's nice to just, like I said, just be connecting with people and reaching people and finding our audience, which is lovely. And everyone's just really nice.
You guys are killing it on TikTok. Your TikToks are hilarious. Like I just love them. So like, you know, like the whole different people doing the pedal touching and like stopping the cymbal. I'm like, these are so clever. Even if people like maybe aren't into your band, at least the content is good. So that's creating a good algorithm for you. So keep that up.
That's it.
See,
Even if they don't like
that's
us.
literally what's skyrocketed it. Like that's what's
Yeah.
caused us to, you know, pick up speed of it is TikTok, which is
Yeah.
nuts.
That's
But
how I found you. So that's how people are finding new music nowadays. So the more
excellent.
content you post, the more likely people will find you. So
There is so
That's
much
it.
more to come. I think we'll be
I'm
Yeah.
stoked. All right,
right.
guys. I really look forward to this new EP. I'm so excited. Good luck at your show. I'll
Thank
be
you.
dancing in my room to your older, well, to your new album, basically, at that
Legend.
time. Hoping I was there. I'll just be in my own world. And then hopefully maybe there's some live footage from that show that I can check out. Maybe someone
I'm sure.
in the in the audience will be filming. But I do wish you the best. I really do. I think it's going to be great. I'll check out those other bands you told me about, and hopefully everyone else does as well.
Please
But
do.
yeah.
Is there a band that you think we should be listening to, seeing as you've got your
Ooh.
finger on the pulse? Is there like a Canadian band that you
A
want to
Canadian
throw?
band?
Yeah, maybe like a Canadian band that, you know, we might not have heard of, or even, you know, the biggest band on the planet that is just a great band.
Just super. Okay, so have you ever heard of Big Wreck?
I think
Big
it's
Wreck.
Alexisonfire.
You've heard of Alexisonfire?
Alexisonfire. No. Have you ever heard of Big Wreck?
Big Wreck, no.
Okay,
No,
they've
never
been a
heard.
band for about 27 years,
So
Blimey.
New Kids on the Block.
basically. I actually have their vinyl like right here. This is my favorite Big Wreck album of all time. It's called In Loving Memory of.
Mhm.
So the lead singer, his name's Ian Thornley. His voice is exceptional. His guitar playing is absolutely insanity. He does a lot of guitar solos. I honestly think you might have heard one or two of their songs before. You just probably they were very popular in the 90s, like mid 90s, and then they kind of now just do their own thing, sort of stateside, and obviously they play like every week in Toronto, but I would definitely check them out. I think they deserve a little bit more credit than they have worldwide.
Amazing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Will. I think there's sometimes you find these bands, don't you, like that resonate really, really well in North America, and yet for some reason have never connected with people in the UK. And it goes
Breaks
the
my
other way
heart.
as
It
well.
does, yeah.
There's loads of band. I mean, a band that comes to mind for the UK for me is, do you know the band Enter Shikari?
Nope.
It's cool. So most North
What?
Americans, yeah, this is the thing, Mike. A
That's
lot of
so
North
weird.
Americans have never heard of Enter Shikari for some reason. They are like a staple
That's
UK
crazy.
band. Like they've been going for 20 plus years, and it's like nothing you will have ever heard before. They're
Huh.
like synth. It's like post-hardcore with synths.
Oh, I'm
And
not a synth girl.
I,
I'll check it
yeah.
out. I don't know.
I think you
It's
should check them.
I
synths
think you can
are
check it and be like, it's a
hit
lot
or
of
miss.
fun.
I'll also
Theirs
give
is
you
mostly hit.
another band. Have you heard of Metric?
Metric.
They're very like electric, synthy rock, like alternative
Okay.
rock. It's a female front-led band. They're amazing. I just adore them. So check out Metric too. They're pretty fun.
Amazing. They're on
Yeah.
the list.
They're on the
Cool.
list.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let's do it.
I just try to listen to everything. But the one band that I have to mention that all of my subscribers have told me to mention to you is The Warning. Have you heard of The Warning?
The Warning.
It rings a bell, but probably not.
They're three sisters from Mexico.
Cool.
They went viral like 10 years ago when they covered Enter Sandman by Metallica. And
Amazing.
they were children, like they were
Right.
kids, they were babies. Now they're in their like early 20s, and they've obviously been a band for 10 years, and they're blowing up like crazy.
What do
So-
they sound like?
It's hard
Is
to
it
kind
They
of.
sound like Metallica.
It's like Rocky. It's Rocky, right?
It's rock. You just put them under the category of rock. They have some poppy elements. They have great vocals. The drummer actually sings too, so that's
Cool.
that's a good thing. But
mean-
she's taking a break. Their new album just came out like a month or two ago. It's called Keep Me Fed. It's honestly they're another band just like yourselves. They do not have a bad song. Their lyrics are amazing. They're three sisters. One plays guitar and sings. One's on the bass. The other is the drummer and the backup vocalist, but also does lead on some songs too. But they're fun.
Can I say, like, I've never heard of them, and I'm willing to check it out. And I'm like, this sounds really great. That name, I don't really. That is not
The
a good
Warning?
name for. I don't think that's a good name for a band, because that makes me think they're gonna be really boring.
No,
For some reason, now in my head, I'm like, that sounds like the name of a really boring rock band from like.
The funny thing is the whole the whole like spiel is that when you've heard them, you get so addicted and obsessed with them that their fans say you've been warned. That's just the thing.
Oh,
It's like, so that's
Oh,
the thing. The amount of like, I found them a year ago and I'm 9 years late. And I've seen them live already in Toronto. I'm flying to California to see them next
wow.
month. They're
Yeah.
coming back to Toronto next month as well. And
Amazing.
they're getting to a point where they're going to be in stadiums soon. So it's actually quite nuts. Like their
Amazing.
shows so, like sell out like that. It's nonsense.
Yeah, I mean that sounds sick, and I'm really
They
like
have a song called
very,
Sick.
very, very supportive. I'm like, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get warmed, you know. I'm gonna be
You're
like,
going to
this is
be
amazing.
warned.
I
Yeah.
just think this is difficult. I'm not set on the name.
That's okay.
That's all it is.
You know what? There are a lot of shitty band names out there,
There
but they
are, there
play
are.
great music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. Like,
It's okay.
if you go into like the world of like punk and ska punk, every band name is terrible and
It's
it's
terrible.
sick.
But I'm here for it. Like I don't care what your band's called as long as your music's good.
Yeah,
I
I
don't care
think
about the politics.
every person who's ever been in a band has like joked about bad band names.
Oh,
Not
for
about
sure.
joking about other people's, but everyone has come up with a few bad band names.
You have to.
So
I was
yeah,
in a bad band named Band. I think we all have been, right?
yeah.
Hmm. I
The
like
band
it.
name is always
I love a
awful.
bad band name.
I was in the Moops.
The
If you're
Moops.
like I think that's from what, like Seinfeld, the Moops. I can't remember why they chose the name the Moops, but I was really just taking the place of the lead singer because he didn't want to sing the female-led No Doubt covers they were doing, so I had
Oh
to
yeah.
do
Brilliant.
them. So I was like,
Right.
I'll sing Gwen Stefani. That's not a
It's like,
problem.
yeah, no pressure, but come
That's
join
it.
the Moops and be Gwen Stefani.
Literally, that's literally what they did. They're like, Ash, we John doesn't want to sing these songs. I'm like, I'll be there. Where's the show? No problem. I'll
Did you
jump
What
have
on
about
like
happened to
stage.
the Moops?
yeah, what happened to the Moops?
Oh, you know what? I'm really mad at them because they're so talented. Their original band name is called Wrecked, 2Ks,
Okay.
and they're like
Nice.
old high school friends. Yeah, it's a great band name. And they're so
Much better than the
talented.
Warning.
Yeah, I guess. But it's just funny because they were a band in like high school and then college, and then they kind of dropped off and didn't do anything else. And I was like, what a waste. Like, what a
Mm.
waste of talent you guys are. So they never really got back together. Two of them are twins, so obviously they're still in touch. But
You hope.
yeah, it's just a
Yeah,
disappointment. And I tell
weird as
them every
well.
day. I just got them, like, I've been harassing them for years to get their music on Spotify at least so I could stream it because I'm like, I don't have a CD player anymore. And obviously, your music isn't on vinyl, so I can't listen to you guys anymore. They finally put it on Spotify, and I'm probably maybe one of 30 people who listen to them, but I'm happy because I love that music. And
It's there
so
for you.
it's there for me. And I know they're paying for it, but it's worth it.
Just for you. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
for
just
me.
wait. They'll send you an invoice and you'll have to pay for it. But
You know what? Worth it.
worth it.
Worth it. But yeah, they're a fun band. They're on Spotify if you want to check them out too.
There you go.
Wrecked with 2Ks.
Yeah, Wrecked with 2Ks.
I like it.
They're a good time. They're very like Incubus sounding. Do you
Uh-oh.
know Incubus?
That's his favorite band.
Is it really?
Incubus, yeah, Incubus
You
is
give
like
me
my favorite.
Incubus vibes. Yeah,
It's the long hair.
it is.
It's the
Yeah.
long hair. Yeah, man. Incubus are along with
phenomenal.
Alexis, they're my favorite band on the planet.
Yeah. I've seen them
Yeah.
live many times. They're just ridiculous.
Same.
I don't
Unreal
get it.
band.
Brandon Boyd.
Mike
You don't
doesn't get it.
You don't get
No
it?
one, do you know what? No one else in my band gets it, and
I get it.
we're not gonna fall out over it, but it definitely. I do think less of all of my bandmates because of their opinions on the album Morning View, and it just disappoints me.
Hmm.
You know, what do you think to the re-release? Are you enjoying it?
I'm gonna be honest. I usually just listen to the original, but I'm not
Same.
mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I feel like
There's a
you
lot of
gotta
people
do
who
what you gotta
kicked
do.
off. Yeah, there are a lot of people kicked off, but Brandon's voice has changed a lot over the years.
Oh,
Mike, this is
yeah.
going to be boring.
Yeah,
Mike, this is the point in
yeah.
the interview where
He's
Mike
like,
tunes
bye.
out. See ya.
I'll see
So
you.
Brandon's voice has changed like in
It
the
has.
20 years since they released it, and that happens. Like a voice is such a personal thing that
Mhm.
as your body changes, your voice changes, and I think people don't realize that. So a lot of people, for your benefit, Mike, they re-released their album and re-recorded the whole thing. But a lot of people were like, "Oh, the vocals don't sound like the original,"
Well,
and it's like, well,
duh.
he doesn't sound like that anymore. He was like in his early 20s, and now he's
Yeah.
like 45.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
That's how
I
you
think
know
it's a-
people don't really understand vocalists
No.
very well.
And
Voices
also
change.
they restructured a lot of the songs so that it's how they play it live, which sounds amazing to me.
My dog
And
needs
now
to
there's a
step away.
dog, so
Yeah.
that conversation is ended, and the dog is now here.
Oh, puppy.
He likes to bother me like around 2 p.m. every day to go outside. And I'm just like, bro, it's not that time. It stopped kissing me.
Hi, buddy.
This dog interrupts every video I do, so this is
That's good.
normal. This is normal.
What's your dog called?
This is Ruger.
Hi,
Hi,
Ruger.
Ruger.
Yeah, he's the only gun in my house.
I don't get the reference because you're a
So-
North American and I don't know anything about
Yeah.
guns.
No, well, that's the funny thing is like Canada's not a very gun place unless you're a hunter, but I don't like guns at all. And
Good.
so my husband and I thought it would be really funny to name our dogs after guns so we can say, yeah, we got guns in our house.
Amazing.
Except they're very just lovable. We had Remington as well. So yeah, we just like silly dog names.
I like it.
Remington. Simple as that. Like Remington.
like
Come
it.
on, isn't that a great name?
I think that's a
I
good
think
name for a
all
dog.
animals need
Right?
Stupid names.
Remy. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute. Well, thank you
like
for
that.
introducing us.
Anytime. He has to be a part of everything. He's just that type of dog. He's got to ruin it all.
He sounds like me. He's got to be a part of everything.
He's
Main
just
character
so
syndrome.
nosy. I'm surprised he actually didn't bark during this whole interview because every video I do, I have to edit out him barking. And I'm just like, bro, you're ruining my life.
Well, don't jinx it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. Honestly,
Wolf.
people enjoy it now. They expect it to happen, so it's okay.
Good.
Well, thanks for your time, guys. I really
Thanks for having
appreciate
us.
it. I hope you have a good night. And
Thank you.
I'm so excited to see how this album sounds. Like I'm stoked. So I'm sure you'll see a reaction to it soon.
Please
Oh, yeah.
do.
I look
I
forward to it.
Yeah.
definitely will because I want to remember this moment for sure. It's really just for me. So
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah, good
Cool.
luck
Well,
with the
lovely to meet
show.
you.
Yeah, lovely to meet you as well. Tell the other band guys that I said hi and I'm rooting for them and the show's going to be sick. I'm stoked for you guys.
We'll do.
Amazing.
We'll pass
we will
on.
do.
We'll pass on the love, and
Thank you.
yeah, we'll catch up soon.
Awesome. Talk to you guys soon.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. How do I leave this?
I don't know. You can stay.
You staying? Have we?
Yeah, we're staying.
Have you stopped
I don't know how to
recording?
get out.
I haven't, but I can. That was the best end of an interview I've ever had. I don't do too many interviews, but that was really, really fun. They were just a load of fun, and I just wish them the best. And go check them out on their TikTok, their Instagram. They have a new EP coming out on September 12th. Their headline show in London on September 18th is sold out, which is so exciting. I wish you guys the best. Thank you for the time, and I'll see you all in my next video.